Nothing is. It's fine. Everything is fine. It's great. It's great. It's a live stream. It's a live stream. Never prepared for the live stream. Always setting stuff up after I hit record because I forget things or don't do anything or want to hit record too fast in the live stream. In the live stream, believing in God is not just a personal... Believing in God or not is a personal choice for everyone. I would argue that it's not a choice. You're either convinced enough to warrant belief or you're not. You don't really get a choice on whether or not you believe. But it is a personal thing for everyone, I'd say. There's some truth in that. Everyone's on their own journey. I don't think that God will prove to everyone he's real. I do think, I can't read tonight, please forgive me. I do think that God will prove to everyone that he is real at some point, and then if people still reject God from there, that's on them. Okay? Let's do it, you know? I'll be waiting. God's people will start to literally shine with light soon. There will be no other way to explain it than God. Well, just because people start like shining with light, whatever that means, doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be a God. Second, how do you know? You seem pretty confident. Seem pretty confident. I was going to do something. Seem pretty confident that some of this stuff's going to happen. One of these days I'm going to reach back there to grab the charger because it's just laying on the floor behind the couch. One of these days I'm going to reach back and grab it and it's going to be like a spider or something and I'm not going to handle it very well. Jesus and Elijah returned as women and marry each other. Jesus is female gender, Elijah is male in gender. Only Satan worshippers sell the gospel. God's true people live forever, here this time around. Where are you getting your stuff from? What's this narrative? It's vaguely familiar, but I cannot for the life of me remember it. Where do you get this? It seems pretty out there, and how would you know? Unless you're just trolling, in which case it's a very good troll, and I appreciate it. You gotta appreciate a good troll. Some trolls don't even try. So only Satan worshippers sell the gospel. Like what? I would like that answer. Like what religion or like what are you selling? Where are you getting this? Because I've heard it before. I cannot remember. Maybe I just heard it from another troll. I don't know, maybe. We did just miss the rapture twice, so you know there's that. It's a damn shame. You know, what can you do? What can you do? No.
Fine.
I love you.
Literally.
Hate this what?
Huh?
Hate what?
Sit.
Climb over.
My little leg, do you think that's easy to do?
Cool. Smokey did it.
There's too much stuff.
Too much debris.
Too much debris.
Too much debris.
Too much debris.
How was work, sweetie?
It was good.
Well, good.
It was good. I was getting more compliments today than I don't know how I feel about it.
I told you you got the cute hairstyle today.
Is it cute?
Yeah. John
What
17:3.
about the outfit?
It's cute too. John 17:3, King James Version. And this is life eternal, that they might know the only true God and Jesus Christ, whom thou hast sent. Okay? What about that? The Bible says that we'll figure it out. That's not very compelling. It is okay. Is it okay that I am an atheist? Of course. Asking, fellas, is it gay to ask how your wife's day at work was?
I don't think it is.
No, but never let anyone convince you a man is God. Okay. Nobody has, so I guess I'm doing all right. Jesus says that the Father is the only true God. Yeah. There does seem to be a disconnect between Jesus and God. Is the only true God.
My bad.
Annoying ass voice.
I don't think it's annoying. I like hearing it.
Well, I'm glad that you like my voice. I guess someone's gotta like it. I mean, I guess if you've been stuck with it for 14 years, you better be used to it by now. 'Cause, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. So you don't believe in the Trinity. I don't believe in anything divine or supernatural or magical or anything like that. So, yeah, what?
Keep
What? Oh,
cable.
I am, wait. Foot in ears? Hell yeah. This eye. It's
we can
it's
actually
been
say it's been. We can almost say it's been over half.
almost half of our lives.
Yeah.
Almost half our lives. We're so close.
So close.
I used to be a fundamentalist Christian, but now I don't view the Bible as holding much authority beyond rational or poetic meaning. Maybe. Hi, gay asparagus, and thank you. You're stupid, shut out. You're stupid, shut out. That's a new one. I mean, the Bible, I think you can flip through just about any holy book and find something like decent or poetic or something about it. I mean, the Bible, as much of a mess as it is a very interesting composition. You know, work was put into it, and I can appreciate the amount of work that was put into it. Even if it is just a horrendous mess that's arguably made the world a worse place for a bunch of people. I'm a give credit where credit is due type of person. Poetry doesn't point to factuality. It doesn't point to factuality, but it can be enjoyable. It can be enjoyable. You know? I think we can enjoy. Got a few trolls in here today. What can you do? They were trying to spell something out.
Oh,
Which I'm pretty sure I have those letters blocked. I'll have to go look back at that. The Bible is not the Word of God or Jesus. It's a collection of books written by people we cannot even verify. True. Your glasses are cute, but pretty straight looking. Next, you're going to wear Oakley's sunglasses. What brand are my sunglasses?
I don't even know.
I didn't even know these were Oakley's until somebody pointed them out. I don't really care about brands. I like the way that they looked. I like the thicker frames, you know. I like your glasses and your health and your son. Cool. Not sure what's my son. Don't have a son. It might contain some truth, but also fabrication. Yeah. As a raging atheist, I adore studying the literature in the Bible. Honestly, a huge nerd about it. I enjoy it much more now than I did as a fundamentalist Christian. I actually understand it. Yeah, there is some beauty and some. That's what I'm looking for. I don't know. Good literature, you know, things to be enjoyed and admired when it comes to the Bible. It's not too bad. Especially, my favorite parts of the Bible are Samuel 1 and 2, because it's more story driven. It's like we kind of slow down for a minute and just like have this whole, I don't know. And I mean, other parts of the Bible are story driven too, but something about it is almost like a movie. Like you can play the scene, like the movie out in your head. Those are my favorite books of the Bible, just because of how they're written. I really, really like how they're written. Christianity blocks you from reading the Bible for what it is. They are blinded by faith, and it contradicts what the Bible says. Yeah. I get so many people who cherry pick and twist the Bible. I mean, hell, I'm nearing the end. I got a few chapters left of Gentle and Lowly, and the entire book is like cherry picking verses and then just twisting them, manipulating them, spreading them, taking a sentence and making a whole paragraph out of it that like the sentence doesn't say, about all these things about how Jesus is gentle and lowly and loving and good, and like ignoring the part where God says you can beat your slaves. You know, it's just like it's you cherry pick things, you stretch it out, you pretty it up, you twist the words, and you got a love letter from God. You know, it's just that simple. You don't care about brands because you're embracing the cishet male side. Pretty soon you'll be watching Joe Rogan. It's a slippery slope. Oh no. Anything but that. The chapters do contain some graphic verses. I agree. I mean, I'm not reading the Bible because I agree with the thing, but you know, you can appreciate how, you know, different writing styles. You can enjoy a work for the art without agreeing with the yeah. I love Star Wars doesn't mean I condone what Palpatine did. Ezekiel 23:7, read it and believe. Is that the donkey one? I feel like it's the donkey one. That's an Ezekiel. And I haven't looked at that verse in a minute. Yeah, well, horses. No, asses and horses, yeah. 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 That's a winner. That's all they do. They pick the most
Words.
debatable verses to fit their theology, but they ignore everything else. The trick of Christian apologists is trying to make the Bible say something that it doesn't or rationalize it. Yeah. if you get down to it, nobody believes in the Bible literally, including Christians. I agree. Primarily, a lot of things that people turn their religion for, are not within the religious communities. For example, morality, preserving the traditions and ideas that are beneficial for society, etc. Yeah, it really is just people making things up as they go along type of deal. I've heard people describe the Bible as a sock puppet. You can make it say whatever you want, or a choose your own adventure book. I think those are both very good descriptions, because you can just make it say whatever you want, and you can, just like in Gentle and Lowly, you can take a verse out of context, ignoring like 90% of the Bible, and turn it into some huge narrative about how wonderful Jesus is. And it yeah. Read your entire Bible. Read your entire Bible, and don't make excuses for the parts that you don't like or don't agree with what you say. Probably haven't read the last verse since the last time I brought it up. It's possible. It's possible that might be the last time I brought it up. I haven't looked at it in a minute. Jesus loves you. Cool. To be honest, if we were to accept all the miracle accounts, there's many things in the Bible that are not consistent even with that premise. I agree. Known examples to the U.S. government harming its citizens include a range of unethical human experimentation, domestic surveillance, and other abuses of power. Yeah, the U.S. sucks. Pretty much every government and civilization at one time or another has always violated and dehumanized their people. This is also true. They use John 10:30 to prove Jesus is God. I and the Father are one. But the very next verse are about the Jews accusing Jesus of blasphemy, and Jesus denies being God. He also, I forget the verse, but he wants his disciples to be one with him as he is one with God. Like he breaks that down at one point. So like, does he want us to be God? No. I also I always have to point out the agony in the garden. Who is he talking to if he's God? Who is he talking to? If he is begging himself not to make him go through with the plan that he came up with to die to save humanity. It's a complete disconnect from this idea of Jesus being God. It is a complete disconnect. Kitten. Kitten. Kitten on camera. No? That's all right. Isn't this a story made up by humans? I mean, for all we know, the whole Bible is kit on camera. Kitty on camera, kind of. Kitty on camera. Kind of. Smokey. A good sweet girl. Hey. Father, why have you forsaken me? Now, there have been times in my life where, I've made a mistake and I'm just like, Drew, why have you done this? Or like, I've cursed myself out for being so dumb. So like, I can kind of get that, if he's talking to himself there. Trinity didn't come until centuries after the time of the books in the New Testament. The only kind of cat I'm into, Smokey. Smokey kitten. Smokey, the 7-year-old kitten. Right? 6-year-old kitten. You're not 7 yet. You're not that old.
Same amount of years we've been married, same amount of years
That's right, we got her
we
right
had lived
after.
at the other house.
Me?
We got her right before we got married.
Hey. 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 There's a lot of ideas that evolved over time that you don't really find in the Bible. And a lot of it is just people twisting different verses and finding different ways to connect this or that, or trying to squeeze their own bias, their own feelings into the text somehow. Mm. What can you do? What can you do?
What has happened to Skelly?
Skelly?
Skeleton.
It's not a very stable platform for him. He falls off very easily.
Hankerton.
Somebody left a comment on an old video of like how just me saying it's scary at first, but then nice to leave Christianity. And someone commented, it's temporary. Yes. Because one day all hearts will be called back to God, and we'll regret our time away, because clearly God is the only obvious, right, true, good path. Or not. Or I'll stay away from Christianity forever. And a lot of people do stay away from Christianity forever and are better for it and happier for it. And maybe the world would be better if we kind of like kept pushing away from Christianity. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I always say, I'm open to anything. I would. I'm not closed off to the idea, to the possibility of going back to Christianity one day. There's just I would need to get there. Because right now I believe it is definitely harmful nonsense and have no intention of going back. So I don't know what would need to happen for me to go back to Christianity, but I mean, I'm you never know. You never know. You never know. The Trinity is similar to many pagan religions, and anybody that understands first century Jews at the time of Jesus, they believe God was one. Unless you're like going like early New Testament, at least before modifications, where there were more gods. There was like kind of a whole pantheon of gods, but they kind of got tweaked out to where it's just God. It's just the one God. You got a haircut. You look so cute. Well, thank you. Since there's a lot of growing instability, people get desperate and they feel like there's no hope. So some of them will go to Christianity to fill that void, even if it never does it. Yeah. It's no coincidence that right-wing political ideologies are becoming more popular, which is a historical trend of civilizations that have declined or are getting worse. Makes sense. I do hear a lot of like appeal to emotions and stuff when it comes to right-wing activism. It's the feel-goods, and that's what a lot of people like about these religions, and that's definitely something that I miss about Christianity, is this idea of someone's looking out for me and everything is going to be okay and all of this stuff. If I just pray, then I'm doing something good in my life that's positively advancing my life, rather than just sitting on my ass doing nothing. And as long as I continue to live in this way, everything's going to be okay, no matter what, because God has me. It's a very, very, very comforting mindset. Afterlife, the idea that there is some afterlife and that our loved ones who have passed on are waiting for us in a better place, and that we'll be there one day with God and all this stuff. It's a very, very alluring idea, and there's a lot of ideas when it comes to Christianity and other religions that do have that alluring factor, where you can definitely see, especially if you're looking at, again, an emotional appeal, why many people would want to stick to it, or why those who have left might miss some aspects, kind of like me. I don't like the idea of there not being an afterlife. I hope that there's something else out there. I would like there to be some kind of supernatural, divine something out there. I've always loved, the supernatural, the divine, stuff like that. Back when I was still a theist, I thought I had a connection with, the spiritual side of things. And, losing my faith in all of that, it's something that I miss. And I would like there to be something. I would like there to be some guiding force that is looking out for people. It's clearly not doing a very good job, but I'd like to believe that there is one. I'd like to believe that there's some nice, better, happier place that I can see loved ones who have passed and loved ones who are going to pass before me one day, and we can live in eternal bliss, and it's all, I would love that. I would love all of that. But wanting that to be the case does not in any way, shape, or form make that the case, unfortunately. Naturally, they would return back to various religions because you see some order and structure in churches along with, although it varies by case. Yeah, there's much more structure, order, community is another thing that I hear people talk. I'm more of an introvert, so like I wasn't always really into the whole community aspect, didn't really get involved in community. But a lot of people do love the community aspect of Christianity and other religions. And a lot of people who have left miss that aspect of it and want to have that community again. Which is why I think it's so important to try to build more secular communities, atheist communities, ex-Christian communities, things like that, because you feel a lot more alone. I definitely felt alone leaving, the church behind, leaving this idea of a God. I thought that this God had my back no matter what and was always with me. And he's not, or at least, I have no reason to believe that he is. And it definitely gets lonely. And I think community is very, very, very important. And I think that structure and organization is lacking in the secular community, but also how much organization can you have before you become a religion, But there are communities, and that's one amazing thing about the internet, is that it allows us to build these little communities and have these connections with people. When I first started speaking out against Christianity on my personal Facebook page, I discovered that there were a lot of people that I used to go to school with. I went to Catholic school, K through 12th grade. There was a lot of people who I used to go to school with who had also left the faith or who had been questioning. And it was such a relief to them to see me and other people who were liking and commenting on my posts, to see that they weren't the only ones, who had left the faith, that there was other people who they grew up with, who they went to school with, who they know, who are in the area, who also left the faith or who are also questioning. It was very, very comforting, and it really it's what's what I'm looking for. Made people happy that they weren't alone. So that's one of the reasons I make the content that I make, is to try to provide that community and try to provide that light, that beacon for people to come to. Just like, hey, squad up. We can be a little community. We can have a community. We can have each other's backs and let each other know that we're not alone. Thanks to this gift that is the internet. Whenever you have socialism and various programs related to it, naturally people tend to be less religious because you have a proven factual way to help those in need. I can see that. Love you all. Thanks, Starboy. Churches don't have any major incentive to help people get out of suffering because people that are suffering are more likely to convert to a religion to find hope. And it's one of those, like I mentioned a minute ago, it was nice being able to just pray and think that I'm getting somewhere, think that I'm doing something positive for my life, that's going to do something good. Even though wasn't actually doing anything, I was just talking to myself, at least, as far as I know. but it is nice. There's hope. There's this idea of this being that you can talk to, and everything's going to be okay no matter what happens. And you don't really see that as much without religion, unfortunately, because the reality of the situation, which I have clung more to facts and reality more than wishful thinking and dogma or anything like that. The fact of reality is life sucks sometimes. It's not great. There can be great enjoyment to be had in the experience that is life, but it does suck sometimes, and in the end, we might all cease to exist, and that'll really suck, So but that is what it is, and no matter how much you don't like how much that sucks, that doesn't make it not be the case. I don't want to cease to exist one day, when we pass away and there's there's nothing after this life. I don't want that, but it kind of looks like that's the case. What can you do? Can I get the turtle, please? Before you get all comfy cozy.
I want to get all comfy cozy.
You look comfy cozy.
Fuzzy socks, fleece pants, comfy long sleeve shirt.
Oh, my back.
All Halloween themed.
All Halloween themed. Almost there. I'm at that time of year where I'm torn between it's Halloween time, excited for Halloween, loving Halloween, and Christmas. I'm starting to see Christmas stuff set up and get excited for Christmas, and I have this internal battle of these two holidays that I love.
With my new haircut, I've been getting a lot of my coworkers suggesting different Halloween costumes I need to do.
Is this a good thing?
I've gotten Dora the Explorer.
Okay, so it's not.
Lord Farquaad.
That's a good one. That's a good one because you're short.
Edna.
Dora's good too. Edna's good too. Damn, yeah. Got those short brown-haired characters.
Yeah, I recently got a haircut, so it's short now. I chopped off at least a good foot of hair. Yup.
Yeah, sounds like you got options.
Apparently.
Looks good. It does look good.
Oh, thank you.
You're looking cute.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of various costume suggestions. I apparently can't wear pink now because people are just gonna call me Dora.
It's still a cute haircut.
Thank you.
Don't worry about anything else.
And I feel like if I were to wear red, people would say Farquaad.
Probably.
Farquaad. Edna's just in all black, which is fine.
You like wearing all black.
I do like wearing all black, honestly. And with my glasses, Edna would be a good one. I don't think I mind Edna too much.
Mostly tied to religion question. Do you ever feel like you'd be happier day to day if you were slightly dumber? A little bit less critical thinking and foresight. Probably. I mean, so there's pros and cons, at least for my story. Because being a part of a religion and wanting to please God and all of this stuff did really fuck with my anxiety and my depression. My mental health was terrible. It's still not great because, you get 25 years of being dragged through shit. You're not going to recover in 3 years. But it's significantly better than it used to be. So I am happier and better off mentally without religion. But that being said, I do sometimes wish I could pull the veil of ignorance back over my eyes. I've seen too much to where I can't do that. But sometimes I wish I could, and I could just believe that there's this all-loving God out there who loves me and that everything's going to be fine, and I'm going to see my friends and family who have passed away one day, and believe all this happy stuff, and not be so. I think it's yes and no. Depending on how you look at it. I definitely think there are some aspects that can be improved when it comes to happiness. The blissful ignorance. If you were to pull that veil back over your eyes and not be so critical thinking about things. Need some suggestions about academics. I'm not the best person to come to, but I'm happy to help in whatever way I can. Well, what you got? Because I'm just an idiot on the internet. I don't know what I'm doing. Do you think Nepalese students can get scholarships for MBBS and MD in your country? Plus, where are you from? I am in the US, and the US government isn't really being nice to people who aren't born in the country. So now probably wouldn't be a good time for anyone outside trying to come in. Unfortunately, but prior to that, probably the land of opportunity, kind of ish. But people could come and seek a higher education or a better life here. But the government's really been cracking down on immigration, even stuff like student visas. So now wouldn't be the time, and you wouldn't want to come to the U.S. right now anyway. There are much better countries to travel to and to seek higher education for, in my opinion. All right. Yeah, I wish I had a better answer, but the U.S. sucks. I mean, it's kind of always sucks, but I tried clicking on. I want to go. Can you open this comment, please? No. Ah. Nope. 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 I left Christianity and I'm still having feelings of guilt, but I feel more better since I left. Some of that guilt does exist. Do you want to climb the Everest someday? Absolutely not. I would die. I don't think anyone should be climbing Mount Everest. All we end up doing is just a lot of it's just for vain glory and ego, and we litter the entire mountain with garbage and corpses. So I don't think anybody should be climbing Everest.
Didn't it like start as like, how did that even start? Just like as a tribute to someone who did actually do it or some shit. So then people started.
I'm sure it really started as just like, hey, there's a mountain, let's climb it. Just humans wanting to push the limits and stuff, which is great.
Just like marathons.
Yeah, marathons was because a dude ran that far and then died. And so that's how marathon started. Humans like to push boundaries and stuff, and that's great, but we've lost the plot when it comes to Everest. I had a lot of the same anxieties growing up, always feeling like I was damning myself. I got lucky that the universe on Discovery Channel came out and prompted good questions for me and my friends. The Universe was a good show. It was. So I was around 17 when I really started asking questions, and by 18 I was like, yeah, this isn't it. See, I would watch the universe and like how the universe works and those stuff on the Science Channel and whatnot, and Discovery Channel and whatnot, and still held on to my religion for like the next 5-10 years. So it took an extra minute for me, I guess.
Meanwhile, I was already.
It's the adrenaline and excitement for climbing. It's definitely part of that. Thrill seeking, hiking. Some people, I mean, I enjoy hiking. Everest doesn't look fun to hike on, especially because it's cold. My body doesn't do cold well at all.
It's cold and you can get to the top and it's just like, what can you really see? Clouds.
I mean, like
I
it's.
like climbing to the top of things for a view.
I can see the appeal, but with all the trash and corpses that have been dumped on that mountain, we've lost the plot. And I don't know. It's humans ruining everything. Humans choosing to be a cancer upon the earth. We don't have to be, but we choose to be a cancer upon this planet, and it's terrible. My buddies were invaluable in deconstructing. I had this one friend who caught on super early that something wasn't right, and it was while watching the show, he started bringing stuff up. It's good to have people around you who are like that. Little community, if you will. Like, you ever wonder why God made all this just for dirty rock in the Milky Way to have a bunch of miserable apes running around? Yeah. Like, all the cosmos, like, entire galaxies and other solar systems and stars and all this stuff, nebulas, were all made just as a backdrop, as something pretty for us to look at. It's a little extra. It's a little extra. Also that the hairless apes on this one little dot can like have a nice view. Except they're gonna advance technology so much that it's gonna be too fucking bright in a lot of areas where you can't even see anything. Not all around the world, but yeah, in cities and whatnot. I live in a more suburban area, and you can see stars and planets, but it's not great. I want to go somewhere where you can see the Milky Way. I know there's places in Kansas that you can go see it. I just kind of need to do it, and the auroras, I would like to see. What's going on with monetizing your channel? What thresholds do you need to meet?
Didn't you say last time it's the views?
It is. It's views. So subscribers, I'm there. Video uploads in the last 90 days, I'm there. Because subscribers, there's a couple different eligibility things. There's this eligibility. I don't really know the difference between them. I'm not either, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But this eligibility is 500 subscribers, which I have, and 3 uploads every 90 days, which I have, and one of the following: 3,000 public watch hours in the last 365 days. I'm at 965, so not quite there. Or 3 million public short views. I'm at 10,000, not there. Or there's this other one with 1,000 subscribers, which again I have. And one of the following: 4,000 public watch hours in the last 365 days. I'm at 965, or 10 million public short views. I'm at 10K. So it's the views. It's the views. Just not getting the views. That's really all it comes down to. And then, like, not to say like that's people just aren't watching my content. I'm not posting as much as I should. I'm not making as compelling content as perhaps I could. I could I could probably get more if I was a little bit more abrasive and combative, making the response videos. This stupid Christian thinks that we should, and because a lot of people, channels grow like that, and that's just kind of not me. Or if I was smarter, and could come up here with just intelligence and grace, like Alex O'Connor or someone, but I'm not, and I don't put a whole lot of flashiness. I'm just kind of here to be here. I'm here to talk about this stuff and enjoy it. I'm just not the flashiest person with my thumbnails, with my titles, with the content that I make, anything. And so I'm not attracting the views. So I'm not getting them. And yeah, it's kind of open and shut, If I really want to grow, I probably just need to get a little bit more aggressive, but not in like a, not necessarily in a mean way, but just like be more, just do more on the platforms. But I'm not at this point. So I do have some videos that I recorded that we'll see how many of them, because sometimes it's a process. I come up with ideas for a video. Some of them I choose to make videos on, some of them I don't. And then once I have the videos, like the raw footage, sometimes I'll abandon them and sometimes I won't. I think I have at least 1 or 2 videos that I can put out, because I want to get back to video making. I have really stepped away from it for the past few weeks, just because life is crazy and busy, not really having much time, and also just my mental health and my doubt and self-doubt and despair about the world kind of took the wind out of me a little bit. So I wasn't really doing as much with the content, but I want to get back on it and get back to it, and I will. And just keep trying. It's getting too hot for my hoodie, but I know it's going to be too cold if I take it off.
Long sleeve shirt. Best of both worlds.
I guess we have blankets if need be. I'm starting to sweat.
And they are Halloween themed.
I do have the Halloween blankets. They fit with my fit very well. Mm-hmm. Well, it is true a lot of big atheist channels are combative debate oriented. Do you take theist guests? I do. But then I don't really like... most of... I have a Discord link that should be pinned in the chat where theists can come on and debate with me and whatnot. Or have a discussion. Most of them have just been kind of chill, non-professional, and not necessarily non-professional in a bad way, just two people just kind of bouncing ideas back and forth. And just not really combative or bad, A lot of these content creators will post the clips of them having a screaming match with this theist, and it's like, I'm not really doing that. And if I was, that's not really what I want to advertise. I could probably, crop out some of the conversation I have and just post them as is. I've been tempted to do that, but I don't know. They just kind of end up hiding in the live streams, because they're still up and you can find those conversations. They're just scattered throughout my almost 70 live streams, So I don't know. There's stuff that I could do better, and I'm just kind of not. It's a lot. Content creation is a lot. And I already have a lot going on in life and a lot to take care of. So, what can you do? You need some identity. What is the core subject matter? Cordial conversations with Christians could be a breath of fresh air if you push that theme. You're probably right, honestly. Probably. It might be good for me to just post, the conversations. I can just like screen record them from my phone and post them, even though some of them are like an hour long. It might be nice. I also just, at every step of the way, I have self doubt of like, you're not good enough. You're hurting the atheist cause by being an idiot on the internet, and like just shut up and stay in your corner. Don't draw attention to yourself because it's all just bad. Just self doubt. I have very low self esteem, so doesn't do me any favors, unfortunately. I'm working on it. I'm trying.
Tell you all the time you're great. But
Yeah,
don't believe me.
you have to say that. Now you're good. I consume probably too much of this content, and I've been looking forward to the stream several weeks now. Well, I'm happy to hear it. I'm definitely doing what I can. And I do get, some praise from this little community that I've built. People like what I'm doing and whatnot. Makes me feel good.
You do have people that regularly come back.
I do have people that regularly come back to watch. My likes, the amount of likes that I get in my live streams, like the average has gone up over time. There's a lot of live streams where the same like 5-10 people will watch throughout the whole thing, even if they're not interacting. And that stuff feels good. It does. Or I'll get people who like you who look forward to the streams and like coming back and like having these conversations. And I've gotten direct messages and comments of like people saying keep up the good work. Your videos really help me and all this stuff, and that means the absolute world to me. I just need to keep pushing. Stop doubting. Stop listening to that annoying nagging voice in my head. Have you tried offering a specific topic each stream for callers to zero in on? Well, I don't usually get a whole lot of people hopping on the Discord. I've only gotten like 7 conversations for the Discord. So really none of the streams are very like call oriented. I've thought about having different discussions, like specific topics for streams, but I don't know. I kind of just like the freedom and the fluidity of just being able to talk about whatever.
I do feel like if you do get bigger, you'll probably will have to start looking at maybe having different topics, but you are a little smaller right now, so it is just kind of nice to just
Structure is
let chat see what direction we're going.
structure is definitely good, and especially once I get, if the channel grows and whatnot, because like I watch The Line and Atheist Experience where they kind of got to hurry the calls along because they have X amount of callers to get through in X amount of time. I might get one person who wants to talk to me on Discord in like a 2-hour live stream. So I can spend like an hour just shooting the shit with them, not really having a serious conversation. I can do that. I don't have like anybody waiting in the queue or whatever. So I do have the luxury.
You did have one time. You had someone waiting in the queue.
I did have that one time. But I have it is like Taylor said, the luxury of being a smaller creator. I can just kind of sit back and let chat decide what we're talking about, or I'll scroll through comments or whatever.
Like when we talked about bread.
Like when we talked about bread. I do want to, because I do run into issues in live streams sometimes where I don't have anything to like discuss. Like I haven't been posting, I haven't been getting as many comments to respond to. And so I just like am awkward and quiet and don't know what to talk about next. I need to start bringing more preloaded topics that I can just start rambling about, if chat gets slow or something. Need more structure. I could do better, but you'd get more if there was a text on screen saying, "I have been happier since deconstructing." Why is that wrong? It's easy to keep flipping if it's not obvious what's going on right away. This is true. Because most of my titles are just like, "Is there a God?" Atheist chat, stuff like that. So, I'm not extroverted or assertive or like confident, putting myself forward and putting myself out there. It's just like not who I am. And as I've made this content over the past couple of years, I've really had to try to break that and push myself, not be afraid to push myself into the light, and let myself be seen and make myself be seen. I'm still working on it. So, something to work on. I had a friend. Did you hear what our friend was texting us today?
Yeah.
He was having a conversation with his mom, and I'll read it. And I'm not gonna say his name, so hopefully that makes it okay for me to like just put his life on blast. But he texts. He's an atheist, and he's got a really Christian conservative family, and he's like, so I just got into an argument with my mom, if you could believe it. It happens. And I said that the Bible, heaven and hell were not real. And she said, I worry for your soul, that you're going to go to hell. And I said, don't worry, it's not real, so I'm not going. And she says, you can get out of my house right now because you cannot spread that demonic stuff in my house, so please leave. And then she quite literally said that I was demonic. It's bad. Calling your child demonic and thinking that they're demonic just because they don't believe. And it goes back to the whole thing of like, if you're not following God, you're following Satan. It reminds me of back in middle school, when the Diary of a Wimpy Kid had come out, and everyone was doing the cheese touch. They crossed their fingers and they poked you and did the cheese touch. And they were just like, poke you, like, now you have the cheese touch. And you'd be like, I'm not playing your dumb game. And they're like, it doesn't matter. You have it anyway. That's what conversations like that remind me of. It's, if you're not following the ways of God, you're following Satan. I'm not following Satan. I'm not playing. I'm not a part of the role-playing game. But it's like, oh, it doesn't matter. You're following Satan anyway because he's real and that's how it works. It's ridiculous. It's silly. It's childish. And it's sad that people actually think that way and believe that way. We have people in our lives, my wife and I, who are worried about our souls and it's sad for them to think that we're going to go to hell one day while they enjoy eternal bliss in heaven. And it's just like, I don't know how to help you. I don't know how to help you. Sorry. I don't want to make you worry. I don't know how to make you understand that there's no reason for you to worry. We don't have reason to believe in the heaven and hell and God and all of this stuff. So it's like, I wouldn't even say probably because, probability requires evidence of its own, but it doesn't look like I'm going to go to hell. It's like the bright side of it. It doesn't look like I'm going to go to hell. It doesn't look like I'm going to go to heaven either. But, it doesn't look like I'm going to go to hell. So, You don't really need to be worrying about that. I have a Bible gifted to me by the church when I was confirmed with my name embossed on it. It's full of sticky notes, markings, and commentings on problematic passages. You got that. You got that stereotypical atheist Bible that's like dripping with highlighter and sticky notes. Mine is on my phone. I have a King James ebook on my phone that tons just highlights and notes and whatnot. In my King James, my physical King James, I started transferring some of those notes just so I could have a physical copy. I haven't been able to do it in a while. but you know, you're doing it right. A guy at work told me I was the most evil man he's ever met over it.
I've been told I'm a Jezebel spirit.
You have been told in this live stream that you are a Jezebel spirit, and that you were leading me away from God and
Yeah,
whatnot.
because it's all my fault.
It's all your fault. Hey, leave it to Christianity to blame the women. You know. Just saying. It's par for the course.
Yeah, because it's me.
It's you.
It's me. It's me. Yeah, no, that was the first. A Jezebel spirit. Like,
Oh yeah.
okay.
You just need to be in content more. You get called all kinds of fun things. I've been called all kinds of fun things.
There have been some people who I start talking in your life and he's like, who is that? They need to shut up or whatever. I'm just like, damn, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a pretty good way to get muted.
you don't take crap from no one until you start picking on me or telling me to shut up.
And even, to an extent, if they're doing it to some of my commenters, like, you can shit on me all day, every day. You're not going to say anything to me that I haven't said to myself, probably. But as soon as you go and attack other people, and especially if you're like attacking my wife, nah, you're just muted. Like, it's just real quick, just light switch. Like it really doesn't take much.
Like you have patience with people. Like they can. It takes a lot for them to get
So
like
cute.
muted with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like they start saying things about me. You're just so quick.
It's pretty quick. I've never been here before. I have no idea what you're talking about, but I really respect the idea you're preaching right now, which is defend people and don't talk to people like shit. It's a solid idea.
Yeah.
It's a solid idea. Don't treat people like shit, I shouldn't even be letting people talk shit on me, but I don't care when it's me.
I think that's when they start turning to other people.
Maybe.
You don't get them the reaction, so.
And I feel like I never really dealt with bullies too much when I was younger. And looking back, I think that might be why. Because I remember people who would try to do or say something, and I just kind of wouldn't react, and then they would leave me alone. Maybe that's why I didn't have bullies too much. It just,
that was the same with me.
it just kind of rolled off.
People would always try and pick on me. There were times I'd join in on their jokes.
Yeah.
Joke around about myself. They're just over here like.
I'll do that
Okay.
with people in chat too, or they'll. Some of them will make stuff up, straw man attack things about me, about my ad hominem straw man attacks. Making up physical characteristics or whatever, personal things to attack. I was like, I have so many real things for you to attack. Look at how big my nose is. My ears are lopsided. You're not even trying.
You give them ammo.
Yeah.
Get better.
Do it right. Yeah,
Get better.
It's at least be good at it, for fuck's sake. I don't know. Attack me viewers, I offer myself to the altar of content engagement. Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's like what I was saying. I don't know if any of you were here at the beginning of the stream, but I couldn't tell if the person I was interacting with was trolling me or not. And I'm like, I appreciate the troll. You know, it was like interesting what they were going on about, and then they stopped responding. I'm a sad face. I don't know if you were a troll or not. It's kind of a just, but you have a goofy stutter. Yeah, my voice box don't work too well. I was wondering, Anami. Do what I can. I feel like it's gotten worse as I've gotten more comfortable in front of the camera. It's like my eye twitch. I just kind of like let it go. I've stopped trying to be a professional, you know, functioning human in front of the camera, and I just kind of be me.
Be more genuine.
Be more genuine. It's fun. I like it. Would recommend. If there was an 11th commandment, thou should use your brain like a little, like at least a little. Use your brain at least a little. At least a little. I think that is great. At least a little. You know, just like, it's a little.
I love how you have that out.
Oh, it's just been in my basket. He's in my thumbnail too. And my little Jesus. I need to get a little like Satan, and I can put them in positions with each other.
Those are all over Dylan's, and I have no clue where they're coming from.
It's people leave them around, just like different pamphlets and prayer cards that we find around and that people pass out. I do the same thing when I got nervous, bro, stuttering, just by default. The Future King, yeah. Default is bumbling idiot. But some people like that, you know. Still able to get some people to like it, so you know, whatever. It's nice when you can just come and be just your authentic self and not try to put on a front or a facade or anything. And it's actually received pretty decently. It's nice. I love the tiny Jesus, bro. That's so fire. I do like something about it. This is definitely one of my favorite, like,
You're welcome.
unsolicited Christian things that I've been handed.
You're welcome.
Or that we've been handed. I do like it. Thank you.
I was just working behind customer service, and he's just sitting there judging me. I'm just like,
I need to find a tiny Satan though, like of this size.
we have another one that showed up in customer service of those, except he's not. His thing isn't. His sash isn't yellow. It's purple.
There's different, and you didn't bring it home. Now I have to collect all of them.
To collect them all.
I have to collect all the different sash Jesuses.
It's still sitting in customer service.
I kind of thinking you should just like
Swipe it. You want me to swipe it?
if nobody else is going to, you know. He's like a chibi idol. He is. He's a cute little guy. His sash says, Jesus heart you.
Jesus loves you. Jesus hearts you.
Trying to, it's not very focused. Maybe I need to be out of the frame. It says, Jesus heart you. Jesus, Mon, gotta catch them all. I think I do. I didn't know there was like different ones. Like I gotta collect them all now. Damn it. It's the little things. It's the little things. You know, whatever will make you happy. Those dumb little things. Gotta get the shiny Jesus. Why do I feel like that would be found on the floor of a bathroom? And like it'd be shiny for other reasons. Like, I feel like the shiny Jesus would be like the dirty, like has been kicked around the parking lot. Jesus Christ, literally. This one has a halo. How come mine doesn't have a halo?
And that says God, not Jesus. That's just Jesus. That's God.
Oh my God.
Literally.
God loves you. God bless you. Look at this. They're not the same. I guess they're like little god things, but look at how many there are.
Oh my gosh, look, it's
Oh no.
liveception.
What have I done? What
It's
have I done?
liveception.
Well, here's the thing though. It looks very similar to this, so there's probably that many Jesuses.
The different colors. Look at how many different colors.
There's a lot.
There's purple, orange, green, white, brown, blue, yellow, and red.
And then they have different sayings too.
Those ones do.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
It's a whole franchise. And I didn't know it was that. I didn't know it was that deep. You know, I didn't. Now I need to collect little Jesus figurines. Damn it.
Oh, here's the Jesus ones. Here you go. Here's the Jesus ones.
That's not as bad. That's not as bad. That's more doable, right? Collect all those Jesus ones. That's more doable. I might be able to do that. I choose to believe the sash is biblically accurate. That's where they hide the treasures.
See, these are only 5.
It's like
There's one with
80,
the purple sash and customer
8
service.
colors.
So you just need 30 others.
So there's one for each denomination. Yeah. Dope for all. It is dope. Things we never knew we needed in our lives. Little Jesuses.
Oh, well, that's just the lively. Oh, God. That's just the lively colors.
What the fuck do you mean?
The rainbow.
Rainbow colors? Can I get the Pride collection of Jesus? Look at all this. Look at all these different ones. It just, the plot thickens. We're just getting deeper and deeper. There's so many. Why do I only have one? I need the purple Jesus now. If they're okay with you snatching it. I need as many as I can find. What sweet old lady do I have to like go and bother to like get more of these? Like who's leaving these around? Pride Jesus, yes. Fuck.
They have so many different ones. Oh my.
There's literally a
goodness.
rainbow collection of tiny Jesuses that I don't have. Fuck. It's still more. Deconstruction therapy. Smash a tiny Jesus every time you get Jesus-y thoughts. Maybe. He could be smashed with a hammer. I don't know.
Oh no. Do you need these? Do you need these?
Oh no. Oh no. They have glow-in-the-dark ones. They have ones that are glow-in-the-dark. I'm getting more and more upset that I only have one. Like, I need more. I need more. Bring cookies to Grandma and she will give you a Jesus. Maybe! Maybe she will. Maybe next time that...
Keychains!
That's pretty cool, too.
There's keychains.
It goes further. Maybe next time, like, Jehovah's Witnesses knock on my doors. They've been giving me, like, little like, Jehovah's Witness magazines. Maybe I should be like, you have tiny Jesuses? just go to the church parking lot and, like, just find an old lady sitting on a bench and be like, psst, you got the stuff? You know, like, what you selling? What you got on tap today? Don't hold out on me, Irene. I know you got them goods. You found the shinies, the glow-in-the-dark ones.
I don't know.
I'm not as into that, I'm gonna be honest with you.
I know. I'm just like, what the
Not as
heck?
interested in the keychains either, but like, Mormons, please start handing out Jesus. I might start converting. I actually kind of like that one. That one's kind of looks good. Like, that one's something about it. The sash is doing a little something extra. I actually like that. I like the color too.
He's got a hair.
You have a Jehovah's Witness story, always good. Pass Irene a bag of birdseed. She passes you little Jesuses. Maybe
We did find the shinies. I love that.
maybe I just need to go down to the local like Mormon church or whatever. Just be like, hey, y'all got like little Jesuses.
48-piece little Jesus figurines to hide and seek small rubber dolls. Party favors Easter egg stuffers.
Oh my god! So that's where people buy them. So people just like probably get them from like buy like the 40 pack from somewhere.
Oh, look, they have different things. They're doing different things.
These ones are doing different actions and stuff.
Yeah.
These ones are doing different actions.
One's praying. One's got a Bible. One looks like he's preaching. Yeah.
I was making sure like the full
I
thing
was
wasn't
looking.
there. I was making sure the full
Oh.
thing wasn't there.
Yeah. I literally typed in trying to find you a Satan one, and there's not.
Jesus.
There's not.
I don't
Finding
feel
a
like
bunch of Jesuses.
I don't
but-
feel like I want to like buy them though. I feel like I want to like find you don't just like go out and buy Pokemon.
I was
you
just
gotta
trying
go
to
out and
see
find them in the wild.
I was just trying to see if there was any Satan ones to begin with, and I'm not finding any.
One time this old lady and her grandkids showed up trying to bring me to church, and after a minute I was like, look, I'm an atheist and I won't be converting. So she immediately asks me if God isn't real, where did people come from? So I go into an evolution thing and she says, if all this is true, why isn't it taught in schools? And this kid she's with, knowing Amazon, I'm sure you could find anti-Semitic Jesuses. I wouldn't recommend looking, just saying. You probably could.
Okay.
The kid she's with, he looks up and he's like, they do teach us that. And she's like, what? And he says, yeah, in earth science, they said that. She was pissed. Damn. They're indoctrinating the youths with their evolution. We're not going to show that one. But, you know, it's
Yeah.
got
Oh,
varieties.
Goodness.
I just got this one.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy, man. Crazy. I do think I'm going to go ahead and end the live there. It's about 11 o'clock where I am, and I do want a little minute just to sit tonight. So thank you all so much for being here, for the good conversations, for the laughs, for being here. It's always appreciated when anyone gives me even a second of their time. I'm a random nobody on the internet. I don't deserve anyone's attention. So it's always appreciated, you know, people, any amount of support, views, likes, whatever, chatting. It means a lot to me. So thank you all so much for being here. I usually go live every Tuesday night at about 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I try to squeeze in other live streams throughout the week if I can. I can't always. I usually can't. What can you do? And yeah, I hope to see you all around. And I hope you all have a good rest of your day, night, whenever you're watching this. Bye.